really learned a lot about failure and the ups and downs
Yeah,
and how to deal with those things. And I think with failure comes a lot of like success and learning. Like we're gonna come out of this year like
I know,
appreciating
right?
more things, enjoying more. I mean, when a concert happens, I think the rest of us are just gonna be all in tears. That's because I'm a concert person. So I was
What?
like, yeah, I'm gonna cry and be like, Riley, I
Believe
appreciate you.
this?
Welcome to Keeping Tabs. I'm Tabitha Croc, and every Monday, I talk to someone here in North Idaho. The goal to connect more people in the Coeur d'Alene area. And then every Friday, I talk to someone outside the community to bring in a new perspective and to learn a little bit about yourself.
Good morning. I have Dele with me, and he is a videographer and photographer. I found him through different social media avenues, but which is really cool. He is doing some videography for some people I've been following. I saw he was doing something for Lady Boss. His content is phenomenal. Him and his wife are hilarious and fantastic. So first of all, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Tabitha. You know,
Yes.
I feel like it's an honor, honestly, because I love talking about stuff that I do, but to be on someone else's platform talking about that,
I'm
it's an honor. So
excited.
thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing right now and where you're at, because I had to get up extra early to record this.
So I'm in the East Coast, Tampa, Florida. So what do I do? What does I do? Well, let's see. I'm a creative manager for Lady Boss, the company that's a fitness / weight loss company for women. So I'm the creative manager for them. I'm in charge of the content. I shoot the commercials. I fly out once a month over there to shoot the commercials for them. And if I'm in town at the same time, I can do some photography for them. For the most part, I manage the content creation for that company. And I also have my own business, Dele, Rockson Media. And I work with different clients, even in Florida here as well. Wedding business is what I do too. On the weekends, I travel, depending wherever within the US to go film weddings. And
Yeah. And weddings are kind of like, it's like a probably really hot market for you. I mean, that's something that's always there.
yeah, it is. 2020 is an interesting year, but it happens. And then I had a couple of cancellations, but it has been an interesting year so far. But it picked back up back in August, so that was good.
That's awesome. So tell us a little bit about you as maybe as a kid.
Let's see. Where do I start? I was born in Stockholm, Sweden. My dad worked at the embassy, so we traveled every 4 years. I was a diplomat. So we traveled every 4 years, went to the UK, went back to Africa. That's originally where I'm from. And after that, we traveled every 4 years. We had like a different background. We never stayed in one place for too long. So it was like I had like different friends. I wouldn't say like I have a long time friend because it was just like traveling. But we went to a place in Africa called Burkina Faso. It's French-speaking country, but went to American school there. So I learned French from that place. Dad also we went to Vietnam as well. And then in 2007, I was like, Dad, my brother and I were like, we're gonna go to the US. And we came out to the US and we've been here ever since.
Wow.
Yeah. It's cool.
That's cool.
I came here for college. Went to high school here, finished my last year here, and then studied TV broadcasting in Liberty University in Virginia. Graduated with that, and I was a reporter for a year, 10 months.
Oh,
actually.
wow.
News reporter. But I decided I'd much rather be behind the lens than being in front of the camera. So, yeah.
Oh, how was that? I mean, that's something I think would be such a fun career. I bet it was super busy, but what was that like?
It was fun. I did the morning shift. So I did like from 2 to 8 a.m. 2 to 10 a.m. So it was fun. It was good to meet new people because, it was one of the things where we come in together in the morning, like when we met during the weekdays, it's like, so what are we going to do today? We have to go source news from different locations. All right, cool. Mm-hmm. This is what I heard from someone. Can you follow up with that person and come back with more information? So that was fun. It was a good experience.
That's cool.
Yeah, hectic.
So So what really got you to go on your own instead of working for like an agency or another someone else? It kind of sounds like you kind of do your own thing. What made you kind of be an entrepreneur and go that way with your videography and photography and stuff?
Let's see. When you work for different companies, you just like, oh, cool, I can be doing this by myself. I can be doing this. But I guess it was when I got feedback from the clients. It's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Thank you for doing that. Then you get repeat clients. It's like I could keep doing this to where it's a win-win. I love creating content, what I do, and I see how they feel about it. It's like, I could definitely do this for a living. And so I just like, you just got to take that plunge and just go out. And done it for about Dele Rockson has been open for probably started right after college, so it would be 8 years now, or 10, going on 9 years. And
Wow.
then every on and off, I have that. And it's funny because we quarantined when this whole year, March when it started. I was like, this is gonna be bad for business, but no, this is probably one of the busiest years.
I'm hearing that from a lot of content creators though, is that this year is like people have realized how important like video and photography is for their platforms, for their businesses, or for whatever. Like especially with Lady Boss, like that's the only way people are going to see her and her company is through a screen. So you have to have good content for that.
Yeah, it is. I always say you can tell a story through a lens. So that's my tagline. It's like, yeah. But no, it's amazing. I think there's always work out there for people. It just depends on the individual. If like I'm just gonna sit here and wait for the world to get back to normal, well then nothing's gonna happen. You just have to get up and do stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. And if you're listening, you should go follow him on TikTok because his videos, you'll laugh. You'll have a good laugh on a few of them. I love
now the whole stuff with TikTok. It was just like something that when I was stuck at home, I was like, I can't travel anymore. So I was like, what is this TikTok stuff? And then I just started making videos, and then it was fun because I like to create. I was like, I have to do something, or I was gonna get bored.
I love that. And does your wife like love to do it too, or do you just like make her do it?
Oh my days, yeah. Talk about that. Becca, she I have to plan it if that makes any sense. Because she's at work right now, but it's one of those things where I was stuck at home. She didn't start making TikToks with me until like June. I started back in March. So, and then she saw the response. Oh, people actually like this. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to tell you. So no, I try to schedule it out. I'm like, hey, listen. So when you come back from work, after you eat, can we?
You have it exactly planned.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So I've got some fun questions for you. So what is one life lesson as you're going through all this different stuff that you've done, obviously moving from different countries, what is one life lesson that you learned the hard way?
Wow. I would say staying in your lane. Don't live life the way the society wants you to live life. Like I remember back in college, it's actually a funny story. I was talking to this girl, and I was just trying to impress her too much, and I was just like, she invited me out. She's like, hey, a bunch of my friends are in town. We should all go out. And I was like, yeah, I got this. She had like a group of like 8 people, and I was like, I'll pay for everything. You're in college. You don't really you're not working. But I was a freshman too, and I was just like, yeah. I looked at my bank account after. I was like, I went negative. What was I thinking? I was like, I learned that the hard way because I was like, I guess I'm not going to spend anything for the rest of the semester. And I wasn't working as a freshman. So I learned that the hard way. But in life in general, you just have to stay in your lane. Like there is no rush. Like you will get there. Slow and steady wins the race. But a lot of people are just so with the society, I have to look this way. I'm like, I learned that the hard way. But
well,
no.
And that's such a good point too, is like a lot of people feel like they need to keep up with the Joneses or like have that best thing, whether it puts them in debt or not. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. It's funny.
So, and you're super inspiring. You got a lot going on. And you're, like I said, your content's fantastic. And I went through your Instagram. You got some great stuff. What inspires you to kind of be your best self?
Inspires me to be my best self. Family. Yeah. I'm big on family. Like when I think for me, it's all about, I guess, knowing that our time on earth is limited. So I'm like, I have to leave back. I want to live a life to where people are like, wow, what did Dele do for us? Like, you know, when he's gone, like, well, Dele was the guy who always put a smile on people's faces through his videos, or it was a guy who was funny. So being positive in general, that's the being family, and just that's what inspires me to be. It inspires me to be my best self. I'm like, I think of what I can do for people. So I'm like, if I can do this for someone, I just have to be the best version of myself. If that makes any sense. Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. And I think that is something, especially if you have that relationship with your family, and that, like, it's so important. It's so important. Those are people that will stick by you no matter what.
Exactly.
So if you're super creative, so if you had a billboard, what would you put on your billboard? You can write anything, you can put a picture, you can do anything you want.
I think I even said it already, like, oh my days. That is my saying. I say oh my days all the time. I'm always surprised or shocked. And like, even if it's just like someone says something interesting, like, really? Oh my days, really? Like, it'll be Dele, oh my days, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. I don't know. I'm always in shock or surprised when I see that. It's literally the word that I say, the phrase I say the most.
So you've said it a lot in 2020.
Oh yeah. Exactly. You get me. Oh my days. Wow, I just said it. But no, yes. Yeah. 2020 has been an oh my days year.
Oh, it has been. I've used some different words. My words have been a little more like harsh.
Hey, I understand.
Oh, that's awesome. So if so you're in Florida.
Yeah.
And you probably have traveled all over the place. What is like your favorite maybe restaurant that you've ever been to?
I would say I love wings. Buffalo Wild Wings, B-dubs. There's just something about, I just love wings, and they make some kind of lemonade over there as well. I love that. Wings, I love African food as well. Back to my culture. But any African joint I can find around the area, or chicken, I don't know.
So what would be African food? I've never had it. So what would it be?
There's something called jollof rice. It's rice like mixed with like different veggies and everything, but it's unique to the African culture that there's even like different countries in Africa to say, we're the originators of this one. You guys just copy this, but it's good rice. It's spicy. Becca tried it when she came over about 5 years ago. She came to see my parents in DC, and she was like, it's too spicy. But she liked it though. She liked it, but she's just like, it's too spicy. We're known for spicy food, but no, it's unique to. It's very good. I can have that anytime, anywhere in the world. I'll be satisfied. I'm good.
Oh, I love spicy food. I'm the same way as you. I like the wings and the spice and like the extra spice. So what kind of wings do you get?
Dry seasoning, lemon pepper. What else? Let's see. There's lemon pepper, and there's Chipotle barbecue, I think. That one, yeah. But I love this. I normally like to do the spiciest. I did a challenge one time. Ooh, it was good. Yeah, where you sign your life away and be like, yeah, if I get anything that happens, I sign it. So.
Exactly. The spice gets to you, you pass out.
Yeah. Drink milk after. That's what they say.
Exactly. So outside of creating content, doing video, working out, super into fitness, what are some of your kind of you and your wife's outside hobbies?
Becca, she loves to travel. She loves to be outdoors. I don't really care too much about outdoors, like beach. I played soccer in college, so I will be outdoors if I'm playing a sport. If I'm at the beach, I'm in the shade with an umbrella. But she's all about the mountains and everything. I'm just like, I'll take pictures. Y'all make a video out of this. But soccer is just my hobby. I'm in the league right now. It starts in January. So that's kind of what I do, like when I'm not working. I'm like,
they haven't canceled it yet?
Canceled it what?
They haven't canceled the soccer yet?
Well, I didn't play throughout this. So last time I played was in January because I got busy with work, and it's normally in the weekends, and I travel on the weekends. So no, they canceled it for a while, and then they brought it back in June once everything opened back up in Florida. It's Florida. Things are a little different here.
I'm in northern Idaho. It is the same way. I'm kind of like, oh boy, it's a little bit different. I hear, then there's people in California that like can't even leave their houses.
Yeah, different than the West Coast. It's crazy.
Yes, very much so. So What is there something that you wish you would have known before you started your career?
Well, sometimes I knew when I started my career. Relax. It's okay to relax and chill. I'm a workaholic. So right after college, I graduated, let's say it was May 12th, 2012. I still remember that day. And then I started working on May 14th, 15th. There was no break. I just went straight into reporting. And I'm just the type of person, like, I don't know, people are into horoscopes and everything, but I'm a Capricorn. So I'm a workaholic. That's like my passions. Like my work is my life. But I mean, I'm married, but you know, there is a life outside of work. But
Yeah,
I just like relax. It's okay to have fun. And I look back at all this stuff, like I look at what I graduated TV broadcasting, but I actually found my niche after graduating. Everything I had in college, I did. Everything I do right now, I did not learn in college. So it's just like if I took my time to relax and, you know, interaction and meet people, which is what I'm doing now. It's like you can even build more with your business. Like, oh, I just met this person. We had a good conversation. Oh, you want to be my potential client? And it's just like you need to relax and just interact with more people, which is what I've been doing for the past 6 years, 2 years. Yeah, 6 years. Just relaxing and interacting more.
And where do you Yeah. So where's like your favorite place that you've traveled to with all of the like traveling you've done with your work?
Let's see. I did this Mexico. I did that earlier this year before quarantine. March. It was fun. There was a retreat for like Lady Boss. We had all the coaches because they have like the different programs within Lady Boss. The coaching program. They brought the personal results coach and the clients to come out there. And it was just fun. Droning out there, filming. I was there for like 6 days. It was fun. It was good.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Do you miss living over in Sweden or you know, more than you do here at all?
Yeah, I love the US. No, I love the US. Yeah, it's cool. No, I love it here. Like I also love Tampa because it doesn't really get cold. I mean, cold for us is like in the 40s, 50s. That's cold. But I hate the snow. I know I hate the snow. I was born in snow, but I know you probably there's snow where you're at.
I'm like, if you open my windows right now, you would see white.
I would much rather be hot than cold.
Then you don't like the beach.
The beach, I don't mind the beach. Like if we're playing volleyball, beach volleyball, cool. Because I'm not gonna be laying out there tanning. No. I mean, I'll lay out there, but I was just like, so hot.
Oh, so that's why you don't miss Sweden, the snow.
Yeah, no, I definitely don't miss that. No.
So obviously going through all the things that you've done, you've learned kind of what path you're going on. What's something that you've maybe failed at that you've learned a lot from?
Wow. Like, this would go back to, I failed at skiing. I know it sounds weird, but I cannot ski. I'm the type of person who's like, oh, I have to self-taught. But that is one thing I can never do. I tried, and it's so bad. We were in Breckenridge, Colorado 2 years ago for Christmas, and it was embarrassing because there were little kids just like hustling me. I was stuck for 2 hours. It was very frustrating. I just couldn't get it. So that I failed at that really bad. Yeah, it was like, I was rubbish. Wow. It's just rubbish. But like in terms of life and in general, that was something that I failed at. But I guess something like in terms of my work, someday I guess I will find that someday, something I really failed at for work. But I love failing and stuff, like, you know, when you have big goals and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna do this, but then you don't hit it, and then I'm like, it's good to fail, but then it just shapes you into a stronger person. I'm like, all right, cool. Because life is not supposed to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. So that's how I look at failure.
Well, and that's so true, especially a year like this year. We really learned a lot about failure and the ups and downs and, you know, how to deal with those things. And I think with failure comes a lot of like success and learning. Like we're going to come out of this year, like appreciating more things, enjoying more. I mean, when a concert happens, I think the rest of us are just going to be all in tears. That's because I'm a concert person. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to cry and be like, Riley, I appreciate this.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, So what is one tip that you think that could make the world a little bit better?
Let's see. I think people should be nice. People should be nice. I know it sounds so like cliche, be nice, but I always think of it like think imagine TikTok, for example. There's a lot of people who troll just in comments
I
in social
know.
media for no reason. And I know it's like I always look at it, like if you have nothing nice to say, just don't say anything. But I know we think about stuff. We're human beings, you know, we have crazy thoughts. We can be like, oh, that's disgusting, or you look weird. But I'm like, what's the point of writing all that just to make sure the person knows how you feel, even though you're never going to meet them? But I think we should try to be nice. I know it's probably a challenge, but I think the world might be a little bit better place if people are
Just
nice.
Oh,
Be
it's
nice.
completely true. Like you said that, like some of the bigger, really big creators on TikTok and stuff, I watch some of the things that people say, and it blows my mind.
Yeah,
Like it's
it's
crazy.
yeah. It's just, I'm just thinking, it's like you look at the profiles. Oh, it's like 0 followers, or just like are they sitting by a computer, just like, oh, what's this? Yeah. I don't know. I know it's a challenge, but if we can try, maybe maybe there will be a change. But I don't know. Try.
So do you have any big projects coming up with outside of like Lady Boss and your own content? Is there any big projects coming up?
Big project coming up. Not that I know of. Not now. I mean, just the regular stuff that I do, but nothing like really significant coming up. But just creating content. Yeah. But hey, you never know. Something might happen in a month. Like, what?
Right, exactly. So if someone wants to follow you, reach out to you, what is all of your like information? So if anyone's listening and they're like, hey, I want to follow him on social media or interested in what he does, how do people get a hold of you?
First of all, now follow me at Dele Rockson Media, Dele Rockson _ media. For some reason, Dele Rockson Media was taken. I don't know who else in the world is Dele Rockson, but anyways, but Dele Rockson _ media. You can follow me on Vimeo. That's where I post most of my content for weddings. You can follow me on TikTok at Dele Rockson. At Dele Rockson, I create interesting, funny videos. Sometimes I make it a little more serious to tell a story, but yeah. And I have my website, delerocksonmedia.com. If you're ever interested in work, feel free to also message me on Instagram if you have any questions about video production. Be glad to help.
That is awesome. So like I said, we've talked about this a couple times. Life is crazy right now. And we're going through different things, whether it's people lost their job, they're sick, depression. Can you give one piece of advice to someone listening, like about this year, kind of like a little positive nugget to give to them as we hopefully things get better?
Yeah, for sure. So you think about the year 2020, it's like, oh wow, it's been bad for me. I lost my job, or the only thing you can do is to keep going on. I mean, if you give up and just sit down in one place, nothing's gonna happen. I mean, yeah, it hit everybody in a different wave, but at the end of the year, the end of the deal, it's like that everybody was affected, and you have to keep moving on if you want to succeed. And that way you can look back and be like, well, 2020 was a bad year, but guess what? I kept moving on, and look what happened. And you can have a story to tell. If that makes any sense. But the thing is, it might be sad, it might be bad right now, but you have to just keep trying, you know, until eventually things will get better. That is life. Things will go down, and then eventually they come back up. But you just have to keep trying.
Yeah, and it's so true. And we were just talking about that. We're both from states that are a little more flexible, and there is more things open. I see some people like down in other lockdowns, and so it's like it will get better. Things are changing, things are getting better. But that's such a good point. Just hang in there.
Yeah, and then if you're thinking about, wow, it's really bad, be thankful what you actually have. Like, there are people out there who have it worse. Like, if you think about it, like, okay, yeah, I'm stuck at home, but at least you have a home. There are people out there who don't have homes, you know. At least you get to wake up and go to the refrigerator late at night to eat something. Some people don't have that. So be thankful, look around and be thankful for the things that you actually do have. And yeah.
So what has been the high and the low of your, so what's been the low of your year?
It's been a low. Let's see. The low probably. There was one wedding. I understand I wanted to shoot. It was at the Keys, Key West. It was in March, but the quarantine started back in March, so I was like, they canceled the week before, and I was like, well, it's fine. That was probably a low, but the high is, to be funny, it's actually TikTok. Don't get me wrong. I've met people on there. I think TikTok is like an app that there are people out there you've never met that actually will care for you more than people you know. If that makes any sense. They're positive about me. Oh yeah, you're great. Keep doing what you do. Like, do I know you? Are you giving me all these positive comments? And then it's also the bad as well, the trolls. But still, that is probably the only app that I know that the engagement is so engaging. That makes sense.
It's awesome. No, I agree 100. I mean, like I said, like I've met you and a few other people that like, I look forward to your content, and I look forward to that because it is so positive and uplifting. And there's tons of creators out there that I'm the same way. I'm like, when they create a video, I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. Or you're gonna laugh. Like once in a while you're serious and you have like your Christmas tree video. Oh, it was beautiful. So yeah, I think that's such a great point. It's funny from an app how much greatness is coming from it.
Yeah, and you as well. Like the band, like you going in the band, you and your boyfriend are in the band driving. Like, are you guys going to different states?
Yeah.
Or that's amazing. I tuned into that. So I'm like, well, where's she at today? Where's she at?
Yeah, I know we're going to be going skiing soon. So.
Yeah. Well, you guys can actually do it. So kudos to you.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not super good. So when I go skiing, like there's little kids that fly past me and I'm always like, ugh.
You say you're not super good. I'm terrible. Literally. Like I couldn't even stand. It was bad. I did not move at least maybe 1 inch when I moved. And I was like, I got it. And I fell. I couldn't do the stuff people were saying. Pizza. I don't know.
French fry pizza.
I couldn't do that. But yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so very much for giving me some time this morning. And have a great day.
Hey, thanks for having me, Tabitha.
Thanks for listening to Keeping Tabs. I'm Tabitha Crock, and every Monday I release a podcast about different community members here in North Idaho. And then we end the weeks on Fridays with a podcast about the things I'm passionate about: outdoors, adventures, sports, the van life, and even current events. So if you like what you heard, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube, Spotify, or iTunes. Thank you again. Now go be kind and do something great.